Same bike, same area, same taxi. Is it going to be the same driver? What are the odds?
Driven by the same driver, Willard Manders.
God! Welcome to Supernatural Saturdays here on the Bald Brad channel, where we take one day out of the week to step aside from the politics, the craziness of the world, and dive into the unexplained, the paranormal, and the supernatural. If you're new to the Bald Brad Show, welcome. Make sure you support us by hitting that like and subscribe button, leaving us a short, sweet comment down below. And with that being said, what we're going to be looking at today is Mind Junkies' chilling details in videos, leaving audiences shocked. Folks, with that being said, let's go ahead and roll it.
This clip, uploaded to TikTok by Terra S Nocturnos, was captured inside of a morgue at an unknown location. Take a look at what happens. Watching that again, at the very end of the clip, a transparent mass moves past the camera. It almost looks like some moisture on the lens, but that doesn't explain how it moves from left to right.
It even has like a body shape to it. What do you guys think? I mean, first clip
Given
of the
the
day,
location, many viewers have speculated that it's the spirit of someone whose body is being processed at the morgue. Perhaps their soul is now trapped inside the building. So what do you think's been caught on camera here? Is there a rational explanation, or is it something a little more mysterious?
Weird.
Let me know what you think about this in the comments down below.
Yeah, seriously, I don't know. I don't know.
In 1975, newspaper The Royal Gazette reported on an accident so mysterious and bizarre that even to this day, those who hear about what happened are left dumbfounded. In July 1974, Neville Eben was riding his moped through an area of Hamilton, Bermuda known as Hog Bay Level. As he passed through an intersection, he was struck and killed by a taxi driven by Willard Manders. The Eben family were shocked and bereaved by the terrible accident. Then, 1 year later, in July of 1975, Neville's twin brother Erskine was riding his deceased brother's moped through the Hog Bay Level area when he too was struck and killed by a taxi. It turned out to be the exact same taxi that struck his brother exactly 1 year prior, and it was
I swear I was just about to pause and say, what are the odds that it's the same exact taxi? Same bike, same area, same taxi. Is it going to be the same driver? What are the odds?
driven by the same driver, Willard Manders.
God!
Even more bizarre, according to the twin boys' father, John Henry Eben, the taxi was carrying the same passenger on both occasions. So both twins were killed on the same moped in the same area by the same taxi and driver carrying the same passenger, and it all happened exactly 1 year apart. Given the extraordinary circumstances, many people have always thought this story is nothing more than an urban legend. However, there is plenty of evidence pointing to it actually happening. Several noteworthy newspapers reported on the incident at the time, including the Royal...
Turns out that we actually have the dashcam footage of it all too. And also amazing that it all happened at the exact same time. It's just unbelievable.
Royal Gazette and the Scunthorpe Evening Telegraph. There's also names, dates and addresses given for all those involved. So this accident seems to prove that more often than not, the truth is much stranger than fiction.
It's a pretty crazy story if it's real.
In early 2022, Reddit user MenoraMan100 uploaded a collection of UFO sightings that all show a strikingly similar pattern happening over and over again all over the world, and it's left viewers wondering just what the heck is going on.
That's military flares.
In this first clip, onlookers are stunned by a strange red orb of light in the night sky. It appears to be dropping smaller balls of light into the air. It then eventually disappears altogether.
I just picture a flare.
Then here in North America on the 8th of December 2019, a very similar sighting is caught on film.
Is that
if anybody knows anything about military flares, I'd imagine that it's just one flare going up and then bits and pieces of that flare that were shooting up in the air just falling apart. That's my guess. I don't think it's a UFO or anything like that. I actually live next to a military base. We get a lot of this stuff off of San Diego or off the coast of California all the time with these military flares going off. So there is a pattern to this all. I don't think it's UFO, even though there's been a lot of UFO sightings off the coast of California as well. You even have the Nimitz there, that famous tic-tac shape happening off the coast of California, San Diego, Mexico area. But right next to Catalina, I mean, there are a lot of UFO sightings and even a lot of UFO stories that have come out about spacecraft flying around Catalina Island, which you can see off the coast where I live. Heck, even there's a conspiracy theory that there's a UFO base under the island of Catalina. I mean, all sorts of stuff. So, but I think this is a flare. Let me know what you think about this one in the comments.
It is dropping stuff. Watch, guys. Do you see it? Look at that. Do you see that? Oh, whoa. What? Whoa, that one went far down. Look at another one.
Yet another sighting is captured in Asia, showing two balls dropping smaller orbs of light.
It's just alien spaceships dropping their fecal matter into our...
Yet another sighting, this time in South Korea. Again, it's a very...
Hey, if they're gonna leave the Paris Climate Accord, then we might as well just continue to drop our fecal matter into their airspace. Sorry, I thought it was funny. I know we're supposed to keep politics out of Supernatural Saturdays, but it's still funny nonetheless, folks.
Very similar pattern of light.
It is weird that it's happening all around, huh? But we don't know the dates and times really of all this stuff. I mean, these could be all like 5-6 years apart. It just so happens. It's kind of what you see with outliers, you know, with everybody kind of dropping dead because of the jab, and it could be. But if you just hyper-focus on outliers, you'd make it seem like to the audience that those outliers are in actuality the data set as a whole, when in reality, again, they're just actually the outliers and you're just hyper-focusing on them, making people think there's a certain perception about something when in reality there's not. So these could be outliers, they simply could be flares, and since we're hyper-focusing on them, you know, time after time, they could be 10 years apart for whatever it may be. It might actually just, again,
and
just
finally, this event captured in South America.
It's pretty cool nonetheless. If anybody's in the military, Air Force that watches this, let us know in the comments. Maybe that's just all the human beings that they scooped up, you know, like World of Worlds, and now they're dropping them out and they're just on fire.
UFO, orbs of light, is a term used to describe unidentified flying objects that are seen as glowing orbs or spheres of light in the sky. These orbs can be of different colours, sizes and brightness levels, and they're often reported as moving in unusual or erratic ways. Some people believe that these orbs are evidence of extraterrestrial life and that they're part of a UFO or alien craft. Others think that they form some sort of natural phenomenon such as ball lightning or atmospheric plasma. However, there's no scientific evidence to support either of these theories, and the true nature of these orbs remains a mystery. Some researchers and UFO enthusiasts have suggested that the orbs are some kind of advanced technology that's being used by extraterrestrial beings to observe or interact with humans. They suggest that the orbs are capable of changing shape, colour and brightness, and that they've been seen to merge and split, which isn't normal for any known natural occurrence. However, the most common explanations for orbs is the presence of camera artifacts, dust, particles, atmospheric conditions and insects in front of the lens, creating a lens flare effect that make the orbs appear in the footage. Ultimately though, I'll leave these strange sightings up to you, the viewer, for final judgment.
Be debunked, so that leaves kind of anywhere from 20 to 10% being, you know, what the heck is it? Let me know what you think. Do you think flares, folks? Do you think aliens?
Sticking with unidentified flying orbs of light, some footage has come out of Eastern Europe that appears to show the Romanian military firing on a mysterious ball of light in the night sky. Take a look.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, definitely got tracers going out there.
The footage, which was uploaded to Reddit by user 678990655, allegedly shows the Romanian Navy firing at an unidentified flying object. It was captured by a civilian staying in a nearby town on the 2nd of September 2021.
You would think there'd be more footage of this, right? If this was, I mean, if somebody was firing
The incident
off
has divided the Reddit community.
into the
Some
air.
think it's nothing more than target practice and that the Navy's firing on a stationary light as part of a training exercise.
Exactly what
Others,
I thought.
however, are more convinced that the Navy's firing at something unknown, perhaps some extraterrestrial technology. So, given the mysterious sightings in the previous segment, what do you make of this footage? What is the Romanian military actually firing at? Let me know your theories in the comments down below. An ancient wooden pamphlet that was published on August 22nd, 1678 has been discovered in Hertfordshire, England, and it seems to detail a supernatural interaction with the devil himself. The bulletin details a dispute a local farmer had with his neighbour about the mowing of a field of oats. The farmer asked his poorer neighbour to mow his field for a rather low rate of shillings. The neighbour felt he was worth much more than what was being offered and countered with a much higher rate. The farmer was outraged and declared, "The devil himself should mow his oats before he should have anything to do with them." That night, several travellers passing through the area noted that the field of oats were on fire. A raging flame lit up the night sky with embers. The following morning, the farmer went to inspect his field, fully expecting a charred black mess. Instead, what he found left him and the rest of the village dumbfounded. What they discovered was that every straw and stalk of oat had been meticulously placed, creating an intricate circular pattern. According to reports, it was so detailed that it wouldn't be possible for any man to accomplish it in just one night, or even 100 for that matter. Many scholars who have studied the wooden pamphlet believe it's nothing more than a simple parable warning villagers at the time not to tempt or bargain with the devil. However, many UFO enthusiasts
I mean, you're also talking about the 1600s, right? I mean, who the heck really knows what was going on around there? Somebody correct me on this. Was the Salem witch trials around the 1600s? For some reason, I want to say it was. And there was even a conspiracy with that as well, that there was some sort of hallucinogenic that got seeped into their food, and I think it had to do with mold or something like that. And so the thought is that that's why they all thought these people were witches and all those things. Again, it's a conspiracy theory, but heck, it's Supernatural Saturdays, folks. Again, we're having fun with this all. We're investigating all this stuff, the supernatural, the paranormal, the unexplained. I mean, heck, the freaking Salem witch trials. This here is obviously something that's a little bit interesting. Who the heck knows what was going on? But if it is true what they said and what they witnessed, interesting nonetheless.
Enthusiasts believe this could be one of the earliest known documentations of a crop circle. Crop circles are large, often intricate patterns that are found in fields of crops such as wheat, barley, and corn.
Vast majority
they first began to be widely reported in the 1970s in southern England and have since been found in many other countries around the world. The circles typically range in size from a few feet to several hundred feet in diameter and can take on a wide variety of shapes, including circles, spirals, and geometric patterns. There are several theories about the origins of crop circles. One popular theory is that they're created by natural phenomena such as tornadoes or underground water. Another theory is that they're just man-made, created by hoaxers using planks of wood or ropes to flatten crops in circular patterns. However, many people believe that crop circles are the work of extraterrestrial
I don't think it's
beings
extraterrestrials.
created as
I think
a form
it's
of communication
artists, guys
or as a
out there
sign of
wanting
their
to perform
presence
something.
here
That's
on
what I
Earth.
think it is. I don't think it's
This is
alien
one of the most
related, folks.
perplexing
And I would
crop
like it to be.
circles ever discovered. In July 1996, this enormous pattern was discovered in a field adjacent to the famous Neolithic monument Stonehenge. The imprint is an intricate fractal design known as a Julia set, a combination of complex numbers that don't converge to any limit. The curious thing about this crop circle is the way it seemed to appear out of nowhere in broad daylight. Stonehenge, which is just meters from the discovery, has a near constant stream of tourists and is under 24-hour surveillance by security guards. No one reported seeing any activity in the neighbouring field.
Folks, what do you think about Jeffrey Epstein? Did he kill himself? Because those guys fell asleep. Security cameras somehow went off. You're telling me these guys couldn't get paid off by some people? Like, hey, I'll give you $500, just keep quiet. $1,000, $2,000. Let's have a little fun in a field, just right next to Stonehenge. Get a little people weirded out. We'll give you $2,000. What would you do if somebody offered you $2,000? You're a guy that gets paid $7 an hour. To sit there all night. You're never seeing anything. You take the money. Take the money. Just keep your mouth shut. Sign maybe an NDA. Who knows? Let me know. It's interesting. It's just what I find fascinating. If it is true, they're like, oh, this thing just popped out in the middle of broad daylight. there's something there. There's something there. But I still find it hard to believe. I don't think it's UFOs, folks. Do you think this? Honest to God, do you really think this is UFOs? I'm not trying to poke fun at anybody. I just, again, I maybe it is. Maybe it is.
The A303 highway slices right between the field and Stonehenge. Motorists travel the busy road day and night, yet no one witnessed any activity in the field. Several drivers did, however, report an unusual mist hanging in the meadow. Stranger still, busy nearby Thruxton Airport often runs tourist flights over Stonehenge. On the day of discovery, a pilot claims he was flying over Stonehenge late Sunday afternoon and didn't notice anything unusual in the fields below. Just 45 minutes later, on his return run, he spotted the enormous 274 metre, which is around 900 feet, shape below.
How do you explain that then, Brad, if it's not UFOs? Which one of you are? Who are you? Which one said that? I heard it. You have an argument. I'll give it to you. Okay, if it's true, if the guy's flying over, nothing to see here. Which, hey, folks, if the guy's doing these flights all the time, he's flying over the same area. I mean, how often is he going to be like, what's that down there? Oh, nothing going on here. Then all of a sudden, then he flies over. You would think that, he flies over, doesn't look at it, right? Because he does it all the time. And then finally, when he sees an anomaly, then it gets his eyes going, right? So, hey, he says one thing, could be another. Maybe you got an argument, folks. Let's douche it out. Let's figure it out in the comment section below, huh? Who wants to go? I just spilt a little bit. That's what happens when I get a little nuts.
Suggests that someone or something managed to create an elaborate crop circle in plain sight in under 45 minutes without any witnesses whatsoever. So what's your take on crop circles then? Are they all just hoaxes, or could it really be aliens making contact? Let me know your theories in the comments down below. Before we take a look at something truly mysterious that's been spotted in a set of NASA official photographs, remember to hit that subscribe button, then tickle that little bell icon there and turn on all channel notifications. That way you'll be in the loop every time we drop our creepy and weird videos. A Reddit user by the name of OxConnect1 has made a pretty wild discovery in a set of NASA's publicly released Mars rover images, and it's left the Reddit community baffled. These snaps were taken by NASA's Spirit rover, which was in operation from 2004 to 2010. In that time, the Mir-A exploration rover took hundreds of images of the sparse Martian landscape. However, in one particular set, a strange anomaly has been spotted. In this set, which was enhanced by the OP, you can see a rock that seems to appear and disappear over a series of slides. Here you can see the rock highlighted by the yellow arrow.
What the hell, man? What kind of imagery is this from NASA?
In the following image, it's gone. Then, 10 sol days later, a sol day is just 40 minutes longer than a day here on Earth, you can see what appears to be the same rock, but now it's over on the left. Some viewers thought it was just Photoshop trickery due to the enhanced filter that the OP used.
Can we hold on a second? Jesus, can we figure this out here? Like, what are we looking at? Why is that one on the top all of a sudden have a massive crack through it and the one on the bottom doesn't? Isn't there like massive storms on Mars too? Like some just crazy storms and stuff happening? I mean, we don't know how big these rocks are. They could be super tiny for all we know. They're moved. There's a lot of rocks that seem to be moved. I mean, why are we focusing just on one? I mean, am I crazy here? There's a lot of rocks that are missing from one to the other. Let me know. There also is that conspiracy that, NASA's not actually on Mars. They're just out somewhere in the desert, just taking photos of stuff. So there's that conspiracy as well. I'm not fully into that one, but I think I'd like to think that we're on Mars. I like to think that, China's on Mars as well. So everyone's playing this game. So we'll see. Let me know what you guys think about the moon landing, by the way. You think that's real? I think moon landing is real. Supposedly we can fire a laser back and forth. It'll bounce back. There's some mathematical equations that I ran in college on that. But let me know what you think. Moon landing? Real? Are we on Mars? Let me know.
However, here are the original NASA images taken from the rover. As you scroll through them, you can indeed see the rock move from one location to another.
Okay, that looks pretty big. Okay. There's that cracked rock. It's from a different angle. I don't know. What the hell? What does this mean? That doesn't tell me anything. They're different angles, right? They're totally different angles. Like, you could come in one angle and see between those rocks, and on the other side, it's just... You guys understand what I'm saying, right? For the love of God, you understand what I'm saying. This is nothing. This is why we gotta debunk stuff. We're not
Some
a full
commenters
debunking
suggested
channel here,
it could
but
just be a trick of perspective, as the rover does change position slightly over the course of several sol days. Perhaps, as it moves, it reveals the rock.
that's not a slight move. That's a pretty big move. Like, what?
But that doesn't seem to explain why it appears to be in a different location entirely on several of the images. So how do you explain this Martian mystery? How could that rock be moving? Unless more info comes to hand or NASA makes an official statement, this bizarre sighting will have to remain an enigma.
What are we trying to prove here? Are we trying to prove aliens? I don't know, help me. Normally we don't go this far into it, but geez, release, folks. We're exploring things. You know, I like to think aliens are real. I don't have any proof of it. I know a lot of you are like hell-bent that they're freaking real. I want them to be. There's a lot of information out there that they are real. I follow it all, you guys. I even listen to UFO podcasts. I'm really into this stuff, as well as ghosts and all those other things. I'm not fully on board. I'm not like 100% sold on it, but I'm leaning obviously more towards that direction. That's why we do this show. Again, is to get rid of the craziness and get away from the craziness, the politics of the world. We do it, 6 days out of the 7 in terms of politics. So if you're new to the Bald Brad Show, again, we do this every Saturday. It's Supernatural Saturdays. It gives us a time to hang out, have a little bit of fun, poke a little bit of fun at some of these videos because a lot of them are fake. But heck, I enjoy doing it. It's an adventure. We'll see if we get to the bottom line sooner or later throughout the years. But folks, as always, support us by hitting that like and subscribe button. Make sure you're leaving us a short, sweet comment down below. It does help the YouTube algorithm send and force our videos out there to new viewers who haven't seen our content or our channel. And folks, we will be back with more politics tomorrow here on The Bald Brad Show.